Good morning, everyone. Well, at least it's morning here. So I'm super excited because as you can see, I've got my camera set up again. So no more holding a phone. I have one video on my phone currently that's a haul video that I am gonna post. So don't freak out and think we're going backwards. Some other fun facts. This is not the picture quality I remember when I had it before. I think a lot of it has to do with the awful overhead lighting. It's just a little too bright for this room, so I'm gonna have to play with that and adjust it. So hopefully better videos to come, and I'll try my best to sharpen this in editing. So there's that. Some other quick things. The topic of this video is going to be a flip through of January through March in my Happy Planner and kind of a check-in situation. So we're going to talk about all of that jazz. Videos that I am also going to do that are going to be upcoming, obviously a flip through. I'm not going to say before the pin, and I'm not going to say plan with me of April through June. It's more, June will probably be a plan with me, and I may split that up a little bit or try to kind of insert that in there. And may even be a possibility. It just kind of depends on my workflow, essentially. Some other things that I definitely want to do is a planner review. So I'm going to collect up the planners that I've used the most over the last couple years that have just influenced me or been really great, that I've actively used and used for an extended amount of time, just to kind of give a review. And then I want to do a Franken plan video. My goal from that is to find a little bit more peace and help you guys process to find your own. If I think of any more upcoming videos, I'll definitely tell you. But I think that's it. There might, actually, I'm not going to say might, there's going to be a giant haul video that I'm going to do. It's not going to be probably for another like couple weeks, but it's going to be a really big haul video. So you'll want to stay tuned for that if you're a fan of haul videos, because I'm pretty excited about the one that's coming. April was supposed to be a huge no spend, but I'm not seeing that happen. I know that's like terrible because we're only like 5 days in, but I just really want to jump on some of the stuff that I saw before it's gone. So there's that. So let's get down to it now that I've given you a good little intro. Okay, so first things first, I am a big Happy Planner. I started with the classic like most of you. I have, and I'll talk about this during planner piece, and the whole Franken plan thing. I like the big Happy Planner simply because it's very easy for me to print and insert my own kind of Word documents into the thing. It's so much easier. Do I really need all that space? That's yet to be determined. Plus, I like the fact that things like ARC products fit in the big one very nicely and evenly, whereas the smaller sizes kind of don't jive completely well with Happy Planner. And I'm kind of infamous for my base products being very neutral because I like to be colorful and be able to change the colors. So there's that. Again, I really apologize if you cannot see a particular thing or you want more details on it. Please let me know in the comment section below, and I'm pretty quick about getting back to people. So there's that. So let's get started. So big Happy Planner. So how I've got it set up right now is this is kind of my little junky section. So receipts, bills, things that I need to find some way to integrate into this side, but it's not incredibly pertinent. I mean, some of these things have been here for a year. I think that's awful, but it's just not on my radar sometimes, even though it's right there. Like I said, not super pertinent kind of stuff because it's not like it's a bill that is auto drafted that I just have the original copy of, so I know the amount of, or it's receipts that I didn't get my rewards points on, so I've got to call them and get them to put the transaction on there. Little silly loose ties and strings and such. It gives me an idea, actually. So the next section up is where I have my little inserts. I have trouble when I pull out the insert. Like, instead of getting one, I'll get like 4 or 5. So this was a way of not trying to shove them back into the packaging, and just leaving them there for my availability. So over here, I keep lots of inserts or task-based things kind of similar to this, just in a bigger format. So these are my April through June budget sheets. That's the other reason I want to get this video done today, so that I can go ahead and throw them in the back, because I've already pretty much done my April planning in here. I have some Passion Planner free printables that I copied, so the color is not phenomenal on them, but I'm a huge fan of Passion Planner. Again, more to come with that in the Frankenplan planner review kind of shenanigan. Just saying. So there's that. Aaron's budget info that I need to actually do something with and be constructive about. I just haven't had time to really delve into it. I have a Boho Berry article that I've kind of skimmed, but it's talking about level 10 of my passport application. I'm going to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Yes, I really do sneeze like that every single time, and it is pollen levels times a million here. My eyeballs are so red, it's ridiculous. So yeah, thankfully no sinus headaches. I can't be more happy about that. Some notes that I needed to take going into a doctor's appointment, and then some pre-Christmas planning on some scrap paper that I had after testing some markers. I know that sounds a little bit early, but in reality, there's a lot of it I can get done cheaper and more efficiently before Christmas craziness. And I usually have a pretty expensive October, so trying to knock out some of that in the summer might behoove me. So now let's get into the good stuff. So I didn't do my cover page. I don't think I've ever done a cover page with my name on it or anything like that. I might have somewhere, like maybe with the first one, but it's just not something I focus on. I think I'd love to go back and decorate this. It's kind of cute. Oh, yay. Thank you, Romaine Jones, for subscribing. My phone's sitting next to me so I can keep an eye on time. So yeah, I've never done a cover page. Maybe I'll finally decorate that because it's a pretty plain one and really easy to work with. So this is where your 2018-2019 little calendars are, which is great. And then this is my Goal Getter series. So if you're interested in that, there's a video down below talking more about this in depth, the process, where it came from, all the jazz about it, and you can see it really clearly, versus here you probably can't. Again, I'm going to look at this in an editing format and just hope for the best. Next is the January cover page. It's where usually the birthdays, the important dates, and you're currently kind of all rely on saying, and then you've got your pretty divider tab. So a couple things. So when I'm planning for the month, I go ahead and put all my January or my month birthdays in there based off Facebook, because it will give you the list. I don't always put everybody. It's not a discriminatory thing. I think we're all guilty of having a lot of acquaintances on Facebook. So I tend to put people on there that are close to me or that I might have just not talked to recently or fallen out of touch with, and just want to drop a little note to you. Important dates are just that to me. I don't think I've ever gone back and put a date. Maybe a couple years ago when I got my store announcement is the only thing I can really think of where I've like put that in late. So my currently section, I do not fill out at the start of the month. I wait until about mid-month. In February, I waited almost until the end, literally, to fill it out, because I don't think it's very, I don't think it's a great representation to do it the first day of the month because I feel like you're not in the month. That's just my thought process, you know. I'm not here to tell you how to eat your barbecue. So my currently for January was reading the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World, planning January, February, and March. My mom and I went to Disney in March, and we'll talk about that when we get farther in, and I cannot wait to do Project Life for that. It's going to be so fun to be able to share that experience with you guys. And I got started late on planning because, like everybody else, I was waiting on the new planner product. That's probably about the only wrist slap I really felt about the whole December release. I get it. Some people got it early, some people got it late, some people didn't get it at all. It was a mess. Stephanie Fleming appears to be very aware of it. It definitely was a mess. If you watched my goal getter video, you heard me go on a miniature rant about the expense tracker sheets. Sorry, I had to clean my glasses. You heard me go on a rant about that and the budget extension packs and the crazy lady who was stealing them all. Not stealing them, just going in and picking them all up and buying them and not leaving any for anybody else. So it was quite a catastrophe in my particular wrangles. So I kind of gave up on it, decided to create my own until I could decide otherwise. And the only reason I ended up buying the extension or the expense trackers were because they were on sale. I'm having terrible English issues because, truth be told, I have not had enough coffee this morning. It's very early. I was watching The Crown, which I ultimately finished last month. Not a multitask show, just for anybody wanting to know that. It's kind of like a Game of Thrones thing. You tend to miss things if you're not paying attention. Cooking and eating, nothing new. For April, Happy Planner introduced a spring cleaning challenge towards the end of March, and I was really excited about implementing that into my planner and really getting on board with that. And part of my little challenge involved with that is a no takeout month with my boyfriend. Not that we eat an overly abundant amount of takeout. We tend to just go to our favorite places and are near his house, just out of pure convenience. But I do love to cook, and there's a lot of Pinterest recipes that need some attention for me. And I would really love to actually start the recipe book that I have from Happy Planner. So those all kind of came together this month. Drinking lots of water. I'm drinking way more water than I even was in March. I've actually started contemplating that I'm holding on to a lot of water because I tend to love salty food. And yeah, that's a whole different ball game that we'll get to later in there. Going back and forth. So just a little glimpse into my life. I'm pretty scheduled and regulated. So Monday, Tuesday, I work my full-time job. Wednesday, Thursday, I work my full-time job, then go to my part-time job. Thursday, I just said that. Friday, I work my full-time job and then go straight out to my boyfriend's, who lives about an hour and a half away if you're in Atlanta traffic and 45 minutes if you're not. I hate Atlanta traffic. But every Friday, that's where I go. And then I'm there for the weekend. That's why you never see me post anything really on the weekend. And then Monday morning, I drive back and unpack, do laundry, repack, and do it all over again. So, even though I'm really regulated, you would think it's easy to stick to a plan, but sometimes I don't have a lot of time. So even going rogue for a little bit can cause some issues, which we can talk about when we get to the weekly spreads. So in an effort to be budget friendly, cost effective, and efficient, I decided to kind of build my own extension pack. I feel like you haven't seen my hands in the last like 10 minutes, so I have to like throw them in there. So I built my own progress pages. So not only did I build my own progress page, I really wanted to be effective about using my materials. So on one side, I have my goals, and all of like what I like to see and the start date of January. And then on the back side, flipped upside down so that it would be correct, because I didn't want to put like the goals here and then flip it. I wanted to be able to leave it as my progress page at the end. I have my progress report. So I actually just pulled up online like flip throughs and pictures of the fitness packs and the budget packs, and tailored them to what I needed and wrote them on my own on blank paper I have a ton of product, which if you watch my Goal Getter series, you'll hear me, and you'll actually get to see the little list I made off to the side of products that I wanted that were coming out, because I feel like it's so easy to get super excited about new product release and go out and buy everything, and then you get home, you're like, why did I buy this? I didn't need it. So it was my way of being efficient. And so far it's worked out pretty well. I kind of thought that I was going to do a no washi year, and quite the contrary, I'm going washi crazy. There's so much pretty washi in the world. It's just hard not to. I'm just being a little bit more collection based. So instead of frivolously purchasing cute washi I see, I'm making sure it matches like stickers or books that I have, so that I don't then turn around and go buy stuff to match it. I'm very matchy about that. So this was my January monthly spread. Very, very sad. My plan was to track all my social media, like what I started with, and then track my vision. So like if I wanted to post videos every Monday, or do Instagram posts or all that kind of stuff, I just wanted it in one place. And I still really like that idea. I just never really got down to the nitty gritty of charting it. So I think that is to come in this kind of next quarter. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this 3-month check-in. I think it's a lot more effective personally than a monthly check-in, because you turn around and it's there again. It keeps you definitely on track, but it's so much fun to look back at 3 months when you were feeling kind of not so great about maybe your goals and where you were at. But it's really nice to look back and kind of see where you started in 3-month brackets. Especially with budgeting, I get a credit score update every 3 months, so it makes sense to do a 3-month check-in for me. So this is my weekly spread. I love that it started on the 1st. I thought that was really convenient. So just talking briefly about this. So the washi tape, the 2 at the top, as well as these guys, are all from Hobby Lobby. These were from like a skinny set that you can buy, I think, for like $4.99, and then these were in a big giant tube. I don't even know if that one's sold anymore. I want to say it is. All my stickers were from Happy Planner. I think I stayed really consistent about that. I don't think I've used any stickers so far in this one that were not. If I see one, I'll point it out. Infamously, I have used the top 2 blocks for work and the bottom one for fitness. That has just worked out the best for me. I've just found the most peace with that. That's just how it is. I'm still trying to find the perfect way to structure it. I always have my water at the top. I always count my calories. I'm now counting my steps. I'm tracking my medicine and my vitamins. I'm tracking calories. Just trying to find, and of course weight and workouts. Just trying to find the perfect, like, clean layout that I like. Speaking of steps and just a super thumbs up situation, I have only been without my Fitbit maybe a day and a half. I've done incredibly well about picking and choosing my charging times very carefully, as well as just making sure it stays on. I think that's half the battle with that. Another thing that I've discovered with the water intake thing, if you have a problem with that, is find a good water bottle. Like, you have to find water bottle piece. Say that 5 times fast. That was tricky. That was really, really tricky. So there's that. Washi tape on this page and stickers also, same as before. The washi tape is from Hobby Lobby and stickers are from Happy Planner. I got really sick at the beginning of the year, so the fitness thing didn't start off so great. So this is just an insert. I'm not going to flip it over just because there's sensitive info on the other side. But this is one of the classic Hour by Hours that came out. They do make them in the big, and I want to say I have them in the big, actually. Oh, another thing, I do use my notes section for notes. So there's going to be weeks like this one where you don't see anything, and then there's going to be weeks where you'll see habit trackers and you'll see quick notes and stuff like that. So these adorable, the sloth washi and then the complimentary, like floral washi at the top, were from Joann's tubes. Truth be told, I bought about 3 or 4 of them. I'm pretty sure there's a haul video for it. If there's not, I'm super sorry. I really don't know if I posted. I feel like I would have. Totally possible if I didn't know. I really think I did. Okay, whatever. Irrelevant at this point. I am not impressed. I think they're beautiful tapes, but they don't come off really clean. They tend to want to tear, which was really annoying because I'd get like all the way out. Like I'd be going this way and then I'd get like a tear. It happened on my Hippo page, which I'll show you. The only sticker on here that's not Happy Planner is this little reminder sticker, and he is from a Studio 52 set, which you can find at Hobby Lobby. I adore those sets. I'm so excited because I really want to go back and get the fitness one. I'm obsessed with it. I think that it's just cute. All of them are cute. I don't have a problem with any of them. I like that they're cohesive. I wish that they had complimentary washi tape. That's my only thing. I think they only have like 2 rolls, which is just not enough for me. Or 2 tubes that have rolls in them. And I may break down and eventually get it and then give away the ones I don't love in those tubes. I just need them to go on a decent sale price. So weekly meal plan. So just kind of hitting on that for a minute. Up until this week, I have not had an effective weekly meal plan follow through situation. I would go rogue and go get takeout instead of cook that night, which is really problematic because, as I said before, I only really have 2 nights where I can cook. And I did amazing this week. I'm so proud of the accomplishments of this week thus far. So I'm super pumped about that. This washi is a Happy Planner washi mixed with one of the Joann's washies. Again, all stickers are from Happy Planner. These little inserts are from Happy Planner. I like the all the things list pages for when things just kind of get out of hand and I need a good long list. So I don't use them very often. I have a lot of lists. I have at my job, at my full-time job, we have like a, what's it called? Like a digital list that I keep, like a digital calendar. And then I have this guy that tracks everything, essentially. So sometimes just juggling between the two of them can get a bit chaotic, and sometimes there's nothing on that one. So, which is great. So this is the ugliest month I've probably ever produced. It was awful. From the upset, it was just bad going in. So first things first, I wrote in marker thinking I was going to be like super fun. I don't write in marker or really colored pen. That's why, because I feel like it looks awful. I like everything to look very uniform. So that was the first thing. Second thing was I was putting in dates for March. I don't know why. I guess it was because I had already started. I was so far deep into planning for the Disney trip that I think my brain just was on autopilot for March to get here. I didn't even do my currently until the 26th, which is pretty much the end of the month. So February, I was angry at February already from the cover page. So I was reading loads of Disney restaurant reviews and books and planning the Disney trip. I'm a huge foodie. I take food very seriously. I like things I'm very picky though, which sounds so strange. I don't know how to describe my food preferences, honestly. I'm very, very picky. I kind of eat the same genres of food. I'm not stupid, adventurous, or anything like that. I know what I like and what I don't like for the most part, but I want to have the best of that. And it was Disney. So I wanted to eat at all these new places that I hadn't been before. I am a um, annual Disney, not annual Disney, and annual Orlando trip taker. I usually go in October, so this was really cool to be able to go twice in a year again because I haven't been able to do that for a while. So I really wanted to get the most bang for my buck out of my food, and I had a Disney dining plan, which I do not recommend. I might end up doing a Disney planner series of some type. I can't promise any estimated time of arrival on that. I might talk about it when I do the Project Life, just to kind of throw that in there because it's something that people should know about because it was kind of a nightmare. I was watching the Leah Remini Life After Scientology show. That show was really interesting. I'm going to leave that there for the sake of not having arguments in my comment section. It was just very interesting, and I think people should watch it. Cooking, not enough, and eating bad things. I had a lot of bad food. And I don't mean like it tasted bad. I mean, it was bad for you. Drinking more water and vanilla cream ale. If Not Your Father's comes out with an orange cream soda, I'm going to lose my mind. So going to Disney in 11 days. Enough said. Loving how crazy my fur kids are. I'm not really sure what they were doing at the particular time, but they are pretty crazy and I love them both. I don't think, I just thought about that. On my January page, I did not finish that list at all. I just kind of jumped right into the fitness thing after talking about the going back and forth. So I was loving unpacking and organizing and being productive because that was a huge thing for me, was to just get a lot of that started and done. Listening to planning videos like every other person on planet Earth in the planning world does in December and January. Celebrating 1 year with Gertie. The reason I went back is because obviously Gertrude is one of my fur kids. He is a very large 8 to 9 pound rabbit. He acts more like a dog than a rabbit. Has quite a lot of personality. But I got him a year ago in January. And he will turn 3 this summer. So he was unfortunately not a bitty baby bunny, but I love him no less. So yeah, and I was dreaming about Disney with my mom. All things Disney going through this until now. Or until April, I guess I should say. So sorry we went backwards to go forwards. So to pick up here, feeling unorganized. I felt so unorganized. I was going in 14 directions, trying to plan Disney, replan things, move things around, trying to plan in the planner, trying to get stuff done at work. We got pushed out of our office for like the first month, essentially, because we had some water damage from our neighbors, and it was just a nightmare. So catching up, I felt all over the place. I was listening to old playlists on random on my iPod or on my phone. Celebrating Valentine's Day, dreaming about Disney, and moving someday. So my boyfriend and I are trying to be fiscally responsible and start looking at homes and apartments and kind of what we want to do. So daydreaming about that is a constant in my life right now. So this kind of went back to the concept of tracking social media. Well, instead of doing it here, I liked doing it here. I will go back to that. Then I saw a couple people do bullet journaling in the little boxes. So I thought that would be kind of cool. That didn't really work out. So this is where we kind of get into some freaking planning interestingness. So washi tape from Joann's. Stickers are from Happy Planner. These inserts are from Passion Planner. I loved the hourly setup of this. So yes, I know Happy Planner has inserts, but they're big and they're daily, up until the extension packs came out. And I have a Passion Planner that I didn't get really far into. So I really wanted to try again and see if it worked for this job a little bit better, and it did. I don't use them every day now, but I think that they're really great for me at my new job because sometimes I can get a little sucked into social media or watching stuff on my phone or reading an article or reading on my phone, or I just kind of get off topic, and then the next day I'm like bogged down with a million and one to-dos. So I really loved being able to use this. And I'm still working on the efficiency of it, but it pairs really nice with my planner. It doesn't detract from it at all. So here's my little weight thing. I actually gained a lot of weight this year, for me anyway. I gained like 9 pounds in 3 months. Just not eating right, and that sounds really contradictory considering that was my main goal. But on the flip side of that, I actually have gotten 2 out of 3 doctor's appointments accomplished. I got some medical bills paid off. So there's progress being made. I just really need to buckle down and stick to these meal plans and really respect that. I think that was a big problem with my meal plans, is I was like, oh, this sounds good. This sounds good. This sounds easy to make. Let's do all this. But it wasn't staying in a certain calorie count. And so it was causing a lot of issues too. So that was part of the problem. So washi tape is from Joann's. Obviously my inserts are Happy Planner, or not Happy Planner. These are the Passion Planner inserts again. See, I didn't use them like every day. I didn't need to. I stamped through this whole month, and that was why I think it turned out so ugly, because I didn't need all those bullet points. Another thing that's so awesome that I never did a video on are these Erin Condren habit trackers. You can actually go on there and make your own. I will tell you now, your shipping will cost you more than the actual product. So I highly suggest maybe purchasing more or purchasing them in bulk. But I like the fact that you can make your own. So I actually, they give you 12 spaces. So what I did was I just repeated the same thing at the bottom. I think I dropped the calorie count, hoping that once I got through 5 weeks, or I think it's 6 colors that you get to pick. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's 6 colors across. Oh, I will have to take a picture of what, you can go on the Erin Condren website and see them for yourself, but I'll take a picture of mine the next time I order some. But I think that they're super effective. So you get 6 colors across, and then you get 12 boxes down to habit track. So what I did was I just repeated the top 6 down to the bottom, dropped my calorie count, and picked the colors that I was planning on kind of using that washi tape of. So I did like a color coordinating thing, or colors that I tend to use quite a bit. But they were definitely adorable, and they were just, I didn't get to use them as effectively as I wanted. This is actually an old Smash book tape. It likes to peel in certain spots, which I don't really love. This little panda tape was another Joann's little guy. This kind of starts to show where I stay consistent with these little hydrate stamps and my little, where I track calorie steps and my workout. Like I said, still trying to find the perfect look for that. I like what I track down there. I'm just trying to figure out the prettiness of it, I guess. Then we go through the Passion Planner inserts. Lots of whiteout was used too, which I didn't love. These little guys were in, I think they were in 2 different sets from Joann's. Or the red might have not been from Joann's. I'm not entirely certain. But it's a basic red Swiss dot kind of situation. So pretty easy to find. So that's the end of my ugly month. It was awful. Absolutely awful. So March. March kind of got prettier. I'll give it that. I did not put my date for my currently, and a lot happens in March in my family. Like, some of my closest friends have birthdays the day before me. My mom turned 60. We were going to Disney. My birthday's in March. There's just a ton. So I got a little festive and kind of played with the some of the Joann's tape I still hadn't used yet. So my currently was how to improve my credit score articles as far as reading. Which really, if your bank provides you, like mine does with my FICO for free, and it updates, like I said, every 3 months, it'll actually tell you what you need to be working on. So that kind of helps a lot too. So planning April through June finances, watching The Walking Dead, because I love The Walking Dead, cooking chicken. I really don't know. I think I just made a lot of chicken, maybe. I don't even remember cooking that much chicken. Eating Poppables. I'm obsessed with them. They're no cholesterol. I don't think they're any sugar either. They're kind of like 3D Doritos were to me. They're very addicting. So that's just, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm a salty snack kind of person. I'm drinking H2O. Went to Disney with mom. I crossed out the going and put went. Loving. And then I did a little curly Q arrow to those pictures. So referring to Disney pictures. I love the curly Q arrows, and I'm still trying to perfect that art. Hannah has it on lock from Happy Planner. So I'm just going to use her as my guide. Feeling grateful as hell. I felt so grateful that a year ago in March, I was moving. I had no direction. I was completely terrified about having no direction. I had nothing to plan. It was awful. So to be able a year later to take my mom to Disney without stressing out about the money aspect of it, to be able to pay off some of the things I was paying off, even though I wasn't seeing leaps and bounds in my savings account, I was getting so much done and I felt so much more secure. So I was definitely grateful about being able to have more experiences and things of that nature. Listening to silence. I think it was in my office when I filled this out and it was very quiet. Celebrating birthdays, obviously. Dreaming about no commute days in the distant future. That was me being very sarcastic. So March spread. So then I thought, okay, I liked the bullet journaling idea, so let's do that with a little bit of fun to it. So this was my Disney trip. That's my mom's birthday. That's Aaron. That's my 1.5 year anniversary with Aaron. So I put a little heart. And then that's my birthday. And I had a doctor's appointment. So that kind of touched on the bullet journaling thing again. I think ultimately, before it's all over, I'm going to end up using it as a social media tracker. I don't really like the idea of scrapbooking in my planner. I don't really love the bullet journaling. I think it's really great for the people that can do it. I just sometimes I overtalk or I have nothing to share. And I don't know. I think it would look so cool from a layout perspective when it was done. I just don't, I'm going for function over fashion. So that seems to be my thing. This was a lot prettier of a picture to paint for my planning. It definitely did a nice little 180 from February. So a couple things. So I bought mild lighters and I'm obsessed with them. I like using the skinny side to cross out, and I definitely forgot that this week because I've been using my fat side. I tried the hydrating stickers versus the stamps. Didn't love that. But what I did love is color coordinating. So I did like pink, blue, green. Okay. So now flipping ahead to April, I've like put it at the top so I know what color instead of picking it that day. But what was great is like here, I got Wednesday tasks done on a Tuesday or something like that. I flipped that around. I got, if I didn't finish a task this day and then went on to Wednesday, then I'd go back and highlight it. So I knew it was done, and I kind of knew what day I did it on, which was super effective for work purposes, but also kind of in that effort to get everything done. So I liked that way of doing it a little bit better. Washi tape is from Joanne. Stickers are from Happy Planner. I love this washi. This is one of the, oh, what is it called? It's not Delusions or Disillusions, however you say it. It's new and I cannot think of the name of it. It's like right next to that if you go to Michael's, and it's a new kind of collection of stuff, but it's that same kind of watercolory art look. And I saw the mermaids and saw the whole mystical I'm learning to fly thing, and we were getting ready to leave for Disney, so I'd been like hoarding it just for that. Like I said, this was a lot prettier than February as a whole. Oh, I can't think of the name of it, and that's going to drive me nuts because I'm going to remember it right after the video. Whatever. It is what it is. If you want to know, comment down below, and I'll post it. I'll comment on it. Washi tape is from unknown brand that I can't remember, and all the stickers, once again, are from Happy Planner. But by the way, my stamps are from Studio L2E, just in case anybody was wondering where those hydrate stamps come from. I kind of did it in a very scrapbooky kind of way by setting it up like that just to make it pretty going into the trip. Another thing that I started doing was on the Thursdays that I get paid, putting in it what bills I want to pay instead of putting it on the day it's due, because typically I pay in advance and in bulk. So the day I get paid, I go ahead and pay everything that's going to be due between that paycheck and the next one, just to be effective, unless it's like on auto draft with a certain thing, like maybe car insurance or something like that. So there's that. This obviously wasn't a very busy week because I was still at Disney for about half the week. Like I said, I don't like when I highlight thick. I liked drawing just a little line through it. This washi is from the magical brand, I can't remember, and then this little kind of burlap looking one was from a Hobby Lobby big roll that I had. And these washis are from Heidi Swap. It's the Magnolia collection. Stickers are from Happy Planner. I started a workout challenge with a friend of mine. And that has definitely helped. I'm pretty sure out of all of it, we've only missed each of us maybe 3 or 4 days. And it's been due to like life upsets that prevented us from being able to do it. Like I got a tattoo, and then I was in a really bad mood last Saturday. And then yesterday it was just a really long day. So, and we text each other, so it keeps us accountable. Even when we're not having the best day, we're very understanding of like, hey, I totally understand why you couldn't get to it today. Like, let's see if we can get back on track tomorrow. I did my little weight thing with a sad face because I had gained a lot of weight. I think, and my scale is actually showing 2 pounds less than the one at the doctor's office. So that was really depressing to get to the doctor's office and have that experience. So this bottom washi is from a Hobby Lobby set I have. And the top one is, again, that mystery roll that I have that I cannot think of the name of. And then I've got my little inserts. Meal plan, and this is last week, and then I used one of the date, the hourly half sheets. I didn't use the back of it. Same concept though. Washi is always going to come from different places, but I really do like to keep my Happy Planner stickers going in there, mainly because I have a ton. I'll do a video of that maybe at some point. And then here we are in April. So I'm going to stop it there, and we'll go through there. I'm sorry this video is so ridiculously long. Just kind of flipping through this in the back. I think I did this in the Goal Getter series. I may not have. I did like a bill insert the first month where I thought that I don't know what I was kind of hoping for. I kind of kept this concept of a bill list, a to-do list, like goals and stuff, essentially. Then I just kind of doodled on the back of this. And then I did my little expense trackers that I made where I had a date, an amount, a category, and then whether it was cash, credit, debit, need, want, or bill. I don't love the need, want in that. That was probably the biggest thing that I didn't love because that's open to interpretation. And then I had my January budget review at the back. And I didn't use the opposite side for February, so I was kind of upset about that. Did kind of the same thing where I did my checklist and my goals. My goals rolled a lot for that, just because some of them were a little lofty or expensive. But I wanted to keep them in the forefront of my mind and be like, well, you didn't do it last month, so can we get it done this month? I think that's a bigger thing to notice. And because I'm doing the whole spring cleaning challenge, and we'll talk about this when I get into that flip through, I think it's been so like mentally helpful to be able to journal daily. So helpful to make me feel better about where I'm at in my process, because I tend to be an all or nothing person or get down on myself because I didn't complete something. So this was my attempt at my month at a glance. My month at a glance needs some work. I don't know how to describe that any better. I think I made the idea behind the month at a glance was that I would make the goals. But what I didn't do is I didn't take into account the goal amount versus the income amount. So for example, to say I'm only going to spend $250 on clothes this month. Okay, that's great. If you deduct all your bills and what you want to put into savings, do you even have that? Cool. That would have been important to know. And I don't know why it took me 2 months worth of month at a glances to figure that little fun thing out. So before I did the pretty pages that you're going to see for April through June, what I would do is I just kind of type out or write out my paycheck dates and what bills were due from that paycheck to the next one, total up the amount so I knew if something needed to roll or go in a different direction. And that way I would know how much I could save from that check and not under goal or over goal. So it's super effective. And then you know how much like kind of extra side money you have too. Then we have my expense trackers. I did not do a end of month for February, and I was kind of bummed about that. So I did my March and April on one page, again, trying to be effective. This washi tape, both of them are from the Magical Mystery roll that I can't remember. So I have a credit card tracker as well, and it's all the way in the back now because it was the last month. And then as you can see, it's flipped upside down. So this was from the start of the year until March, which March is listed here on the opposite side. But I did my card, the month, and at the top I put the month and the date that I checked everything, where I check all my balances and then total up my debt. I put the loans on there and goals, and then like kind of left some room at the bottom for little notes or things that pop up. As you can see, I did get at least 2 things done off of that. And I think that's important. Like, if you didn't get everything on the list done, it's okay. You still accomplished something on that list. And that was just like the biggest takeaway for me. Guys, I'm so sorry. This video is so freaking long. It just is. And I talk a lot. And I don't do videos very often. So at least this wasn't broken down into monthly, because that would have been crazy and very annoying for me. Again, that little you know, date of check, what bills are due, what it equals. So I can kind of see, okay, I know I'm going to get paid this much. This is how much everything is going to cost me. So you have this amount to play with, which usually I account for everything from car maintenance and things like that. So having play money isn't really a high priority on my list. Because I try not to go too bonkers, and I do get paid weekly, which is great. My full-time pays me twice a month, and then my part-time is in between that, so which is great. So I always kind of, and I don't account for that. I sucked at expense tracking for March. Like literally, that's it. I put the first. That was it. I think a lot of that had to do with the whole Disney craziness. So this is my work tab. So it has just kind of work-related info, stuff like that. And then my back section that I'm not going to flip over has like a cheat sheet for like passwords and stuff like that. Unless you keep your planner on you pretty well, I don't suggest that. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so that is the end of this melodious video. Thank you for staying tuned this long. Again, if I broke this down into a month by month, I don't think it would be nearly as interesting to see the progression. I think it wouldn't be as fun. So I'm sorry for the length, but I think in the end it works out. I'm excited about upcoming videos. I'm excited about doing more giveaways this year. I'm just excited as I can be that I don't have to hold my phone anymore. So I get to do this. There's going to be travel journal stuff coming up soon as well. So you're going to see more paper crafting stuff coming up. We're just back in business and I'm super stoked about it. I'm going to fix the lighting so we don't all have to deal with this issue. Like I said, if there's anything you have questions on, please don't hesitate to comment down below or make suggestions. I love that. I want to know what keeps you guys interested and what you guys like, so I can keep giving it to you for the most part, or if there's something you're not getting and I need to be giving you. Well, other than that, I hope everyone has a phenomenal weekend coming up and that everyone is just finding their planner peace and being happy and progressing and just having a rock star year so far. So best of luck to everybody, and I hope you enjoy the video. I will catch you guys next time.